Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate 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 Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naranchaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devin Saraswatin Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayamudiraye
Ashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Ashtaprayesu Bhadrechu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhaktin Bhavati Naistiti
Bhaktim Bhavati Naishyati
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devagi Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the morning Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 3, text number 11. The canto name is The Cosmic Manifestation and the chapter name is The Pure Devotional Service, The Change in the Heart. Please repeat the sloka behind me. Etāvān eva yajatām.
etāvān eva yajatām.
Iha niḥśreyasodayaḥ.
Iha niḥśreyasodayaḥ.
Bhagavate acalo bhāvo.
acalo bhāvo.
Bhagavaty acalo bhāvo.
bhagavata-saṅgataḥ.
Word by word meaning, please repeat behind me. Etāvān.
Etāvān.
All these different kinds of worshippers.
Different kinds of worshippers.
Eva. Certainly. Yajatām. While worshipping. Iha. In this life. Niḥśreyasa. The highest benediction. Udayaḥ. Development. Bhagavaty. Unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Acalaha. Unflinching. Bhāvaha. Spontaneous attraction. Yat. Which. Bhagavata. The pure devotee of the Lord. Saṅgataḥ. Association. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhaya Charana Vande Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation, please repeat behind me. All the different kind of worshippers. Of multi-demigods. Can attain the highest perfectional benediction. Which is spontaneous. Attraction unflinchingly.
attraction
attraction
unflinchingly,
fixed
unflinchingly,
upon the
fixed upon the
fixed upon the
Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Supreme Personality of the
Supreme
Godhead,
Personality of Godhead,
Only by the association of
only by the
only by
association
the
of
association of
the pure devotee of the Lord.
pure devotee of the
the
Lord.
pure devotees of the Lord.
Purport. All living entities in different statuses of living of life within the material creation, beginning from the first demigod, Brahmā, down to the small ant, are conditioned under the law of material nature or the external energy of the Supreme Lord. The living entity in his pure state is conscious of the fact that he is a part and parcel of the Lord. But when he is thrown into the material world on account of his desire to lord it over material energy, he becomes conditioned by the three modes of material nature and thus struggles for existence for the highest benefit. His struggle for existence is something like following the will-o'-the-wisp under the spell of material enjoyment. All plans for material enjoyment, either by worship of different demigods as described in the previous verses of this chapter, or by modernized advancement of scientific knowledge without the help of God or demigod, or illusory only. For despite all such plans for happiness, the conditioned living being within this compass of material creation can never solve the problem of life, namely birth, death, old age, and disease. The history of the universe is full of such planmakers, and many kings and emperors come and go, leaving a plan-making story only. But the prime problem of the life remains unsolved despite all endeavors by such plan makers. Actually, human life is meant for making a solution to the problem of life. One can never solve such problems by satisfying the different demigods by different modes of worship or by so-called scientific advancement in knowledge without the help of God or demigods. Apart from the gross materialist who care very little either for God or for the demigods, the Vedas recommend worship of different demigods for different benefits, and so the demigods are neither false nor imaginary. The demigods are as factual as we are, but they are much more powerful due to their being engaged in the direct service of the Lord in managing different departments in the universal government. The Bhagavad Gita affirms this, and the different planets of the demigods are mentioned there, including the one of the supreme demigod, Lord Brahma. The gross materialists do not believe in the existence of God or the demigods, nor do they believe that different planets are dominated by different demigods. There are creation, they are creating a great commotion about reaching the closest celestial body, Chandraloka or moon, but even after much mechanical research, they have only very scanty information of this moon. And in spite of such false advertisement for selling land on the moon, the puffed up scientist or grass materialist cannot live there. And what to speak of reaching the other planets, which they are unable even to count. However, the followers of the Vedas have a different methods of acquiring knowledge. They accept the statements of the Vedic literature as authority in Tato, and we have already discussed in Canto 1, and therefore they have full and reasonable knowledge of God and demigods and of their different residential planets situated within the canvas of the material world and beyond the limit of the material sky. The most authentic Vedic literature accepted by the great Indian acharyas like Shankara, Ramanuja, Madhva, Vishnu Swami, Nimbarka, and Chaitanya are studied by all important personalities of the world. Is the Bhagavad Gita, in which the worship of the demigods and their respective residential planets are mentioned. The Bhagavad Gita 9.25 affirms, Yanti Devo Vrita Devan Pitri Yanti Pitru Vritaha Bhudani Yanti Bhudeja Yanti Mat Yojana Apimam. The worshipper of demigods reach the respective planets of the demigods, and the worshipper of forefathers reaches the planets of the forefathers. The gross materialist remains in the different material planets, but the devotees of the Lord reach the kingdom of God. We also have information from Bhagavad Gita that all the planets within the material world, including the Brahmaloka, are but temporarily situated, and after a fixed period, they are all annihilated. Therefore, the demigods and their followers are all annihilated at the period of devastation. But one who reaches the kingdom of God get a permanent share in eternal life. That is the verdict of Vedic literature. The worshippers of demigods have one facility more than the unbelievers due to their being convinced of the Vedic version, by which they can get information of the benefit of worshipping the Supreme Lord in the association of devotees of the Lord. The gross materialist, however, without any faith in the Vedic version, remains eternally in darkness, driven by the false conviction of the bliss of imperfect experimental knowledge or so-called material sights, which can never reach into the realm of transcendental knowledge. Therefore, unless the gross materialist or the worshipper of the temporary demigods come in contact with a transcendentalist like the pure devotee of the Lord, their attempts are simply a waste of energy. Only by the grace of the divine personalities, the pure devotee of the Lord, can one achieve pure devotion within the highest perfection of the human life. Only a pure devotee of the Lord can show one the right way of progressive life. Otherwise, both the materialistic way of life, without any information of God or demigods, and the life engaged in the worship of demigods in pursuit of temporary material enjoyments, are different phases of Gaudiya. They are nicely explained in the Bhagavad Gita also, but the Bhagavad Gita can be understood in the association of pure devotees only, and not by the interpretation of politicians or dry philosophical speculators. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnanāñjana-shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavad Bhashashate Chatarane. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. Hare Krishna. So today's sloka, it is talking about the pure devotee of the Lord. So the pure devotee, how the pure devotee is playing a role of via medium between the Supreme Lord and the human beings like us. And here again, the Sukadeva Goswami is mentioning about all the different kinds of worshippers of multi-demigods. They can also attain the highest perfection, benediction. It is how when they get the association with the pure devotee of the Lord. So how it will happen? It is mentioned. It will happen spontaneous attraction. It is unflinchingly. It will be a spontaneous. It is not immediate. It won't spontaneously. It will happen. So you can't plan nothing, but spontaneously it will happen. And here in the Purport, Prabhupada explained three kind of peoples. One is who is worshipping the demigods. The other person who don't have the faith on the God or demigods, they are only faith on the saints. And the other person, the third category, is only the devotees, the pure devotees of the Lord. So the demigod worshippers, they may worship the demigods because they have the faith on the demigods, and demigods are not unreal, because demigods are the reality because it is specified in the Vedas. So what we are following the Vedas as the authority and the supreme truth. So the Vedas, it is specified demigods are certain. They are not equal to the God. They are the servants of the God, and they are serving certain. They have certain limitation within the limited capacity. They will work under the supervision of the God, and they are above the human beings also. So they have some more power than the human. They have more great power than the human being, but less than the God. So they are the demigods. So that demigods, they can give, as we discussed multiple slokas, we discussed that demigods, they can bless us with only the material gain, not any. They can, whatever the materially we want, if you worship the demigod, we will get it. So we saw multiple demons. So who also did a meditation upon the the tapasya upon the demigods, and they got multiple benediction. And the topmost demigod who is there in that living being is the Brahmā, who is in the topmost in this material world. And from him and till the end, they are also all are conditioned under the birth and death cycle. So the real problem of in this material world is birth, death, old age, and disease. So the scientists, they are all keep the problems away, and they are all thinking about how we can advance in the scientific, and we can go to the nearby planets and we can enjoy there. And they are advertising that if we are selling the land in moon, you can get the land in moon also. And they are making the attempt to go to the nearby planets like moon and go and get some mud from there. So these are all waste of time. That's what here Prabhupada is stressing, that these are all waste of time. It is just there is no use from that. They are trying to enjoy, they are because of their false ego, they are thinking that they are achieved something. But there are n number of planets are there. Like this is only the small moon planet. There are n number of planets are there in within this universe. So it is not possible for us to even to count also. So what to speak of going to that planets? So it is not possible at all. And this is the scientific way people are trying to go, and they are able to achieve till the moon planet only, not beyond that till now. And that is very near to our earthly planet compared to the other planets within this universe. But if you take the Vedic authority, if you follow the Vedic authority, then we will accept the truth as it is. Whatever Vedas are saying, as it is, we will accept the truth. Vedas are saying that there are n number of planets are there. Our work here, there are material universe, there is a spiritual, this is the material world, and there is a spiritual world is there separately. When there is a devastation happen, all the living entities in this material world, from Brahmā to end, everybody will be destroyed. Even the demigods will be annihilated. And when the next creation happens, everything will come into the being now again. So this is the cycle. So all the Vedas, all the literatures, all the scriptures, they are advising us to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to develop a devotional mood, spiritual connectivity between the God and ourselves, Supreme Lord and us, so that we can go out of this cycle of birth and death. We don't want to get into this annihilation and devastation and come back to the being after some time. It is not necessary for us. Don't want to get into these problems again and again. If at all we are connecting with the Supreme Lord, we can go back to Godhead permanently. This is a spiritual abode, which is ever eternal. There is no devastation, no annihilation. There is no problems also. It is only happiness there, and the blissful place there where we can originally, because our soul capacity means our soul is basically is made up of three things. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat means it is eternal. Chit means it has the knowledge, and Ananda, it is the blissful. This is the quality of our soul. So the original Ananda, the blissful, that we can enjoy in the spiritual abode only. So there only we can enjoy that. That is the only thing we are going to enjoy there. Here, there is no duality in the spiritual world. Here we have the duality, right? Good, bad, and happiness, sad. All those night, day, night. All those dualities are there in this material world, but there is no dualities in the spiritual world. So we discussed all those things in the previous chapters. But here again, Sukadeva Goswami is stressing the point that only by the association of the pure devotee of the Lord, one can get the spontaneous attraction unflinchingly fixed upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So without the help of association of the pure devotees, it is not possible at all. And also Prabhupada mentioning at the end of this purport, he is mentioning that, see, Bhagavad Gita, it is available, all the scriptures are available in the market. You can order online also, it will come to your doorstep. But without the association of a pure devotee of the Lord, you cannot understand that what is there in this, written in that. So the pure devotee of the Lord, they are the sadhus they are playing a very vital role in this society to connect us between the God. They are the via medium between us and the Supreme Lord. So it is very fortunate to get the connection between connected with the sadhus. So the sadhus are there. Sometimes it is specified in the scriptures as the sadhus, the supreme pure devotees of the Lord. They are non-different from the Lord, Supreme Lord, because they are just the reflection of the Supreme Lord. So whatever the Supreme Lord want, they just do that same thing only. They won't do anything. Means not even a single percent deviation from what the Supreme Lord is thinking, what he want. And we are calling the Bhagavatam as a personality. When the Supreme Lord Krishna, when he left this material world, he left Bhagavatam for us. So to Bhagavad Gita for us. So in the form of book Bhagavata and the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the form, Lord is there in the form along with us always. And when we want to connect with the Lord, if you connect with the Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, there is no difference between connect with the Lord and connect with this Bhagavatam. And this book Bhagavatam, it can be understood. We can understand that by the help of the person Bhagavatam, who read and who understood, who heard from great souls and who are dedicated their lives, they are pure devotees. From them only we can understand they are called person Bhagavatam. We can understand from them. In Srimad Bhagavatam, in 1.13.10, it is mentioned about this kind of pure devotees of the Lord. So it is mentioned that Bhavat Vita Bhagavatas Tirtha Bhutaha Swayam Vibho Tirtha Kurvanti Tirtani Svantaha Stena Dada Prata. So what he is saying, my Lord, devotees like your good self are verily holy places personified. So, my Lord, he is saying the Lord, devotees like your good self are verily holy places personified. Because you carry the personality of Godhead within your heart, you turn all places into places of pilgrimage. So here, he is talking about the personality of Godhead. So sorry, this is my Lord means it is talking about the person who is Sukadeva Goswami. So Sukadeva Goswami, they are the pure devotee of the Lord. They are carrying the Supreme Personality of Godhead in their heart. So they are like a pilgrimage. Pilgrimage in the sense why we are going to pilgrimage? We are going to Kashi, Vrindavan. We are going to Ganges is there and Yamuna is there. It is saying that if you go and take the dip in the Ganges, your papa will go off. If you go and take the dip in Yamuna, your punya, everything will go off. So if you leave papa and punya, then you will become pure. You don't want to take another birth. So that is the power of the tirtha in the pilgrimages. But that is the halfway only. So even though if you take the tirtha, if you take the bath in tirtha, you will leave the papa and the punya, that's all. But you need the knowledge. After that, you need the knowledge. You will become pure. After that, you need to have a knowledge to connect with the Supreme Lord. That knowledge you can get from the other tirthas, who are the mobile tirthas. Who are the mobile tirthas? The pure devotees of the Lord, sadhus. They are called the mobile tirthas. If you connect with such tirthas, we'll get the knowledge, and again one more step, we will get purified, and we come to know that the path towards from which we can connect with the Supreme Lord. So they are the instructor for us. They are giving the guide for us, living guide. Along with us, they are living, and they are living not only in their physical body. Sometimes they will be the form of books also. So Srila Prabhupada, the Acharya of ISKCON, so he is not there along with us now in this personal body, in his own body, but he is always living with us in the form of books. So he wrote several books. So by which, if you just read that books, it is very simple language. If we read that books, we can understand. We can get that by reading that book itself. It will develop the connection between us and the God. It will develop the devotional activity. Means the spirituality, the spiritual spark, it will be erected in our heart when you read the such books. There is no difference between the association with the books and the Bhagavatas. So they are also they wrote whatever they are going to speak. If they are physically they are available with us, they will speak the same thing, whatever they wrote in the book. So there is no difference between the knowledge what physically we are getting associating physically with the pure devotees of the Lord and associating with the books written by the pure devotees of the Lord. They will get the same kind of knowledge, and that will elevate us from this material world to the spiritual world. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that sadhu sangha sarva shastra haya lavamatra sadhu sanghe sarva siddhi haya. So that means the verdict of all revealed scriptures, all the revealed scriptures. Now we are talking about Srimad Bhagavatam. In the Srimad Bhagavatam also it is mentioned that Sukadeva Goswami is mentioning that with the association of the pure devotees of the Lord, you can get the pure devotion. So here also it is Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is affirming that the verdict of all revealed scriptures is that by even a moment's association with a pure devotee, one can attain all success. So even a single moment, if you are able to associate with the lava matra, lava means it is a very minute particle of within a second. If you divide the second by 10 pieces, and within a second, if you take, that is lava. So in that lava time also, if you get the association of the pure devotees, we will get purified, and that will be we can attain the success. What is the success? All success means we will be success. What is the success? To attain the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to attain the love of Godhead, to connect with the Supreme. So that we will get, that is the topmost achievement or topmost success in this material world, that we will get through association of the pure devotees of the Lord. So this pure devotees of the Lord, getting the connection with the pure devotees of the Lord, it is very, very rare in this material world, even though they are living means among us only, between us only they are living, but only the qualified soul, or it is the causeless mercy of the Lord, who are blessed souls, only they can only get the association of such pure devotees, and by associating such pure devotees, we can get the knowledge about the Supreme Lord, and it will clear about whatever the contamination in our heart. It will clear that, and it will take us to the next step on the spirituality, and it will take us to the next step in the devotional service. So when you connect with the Supreme Lord, automatically it is just compared with like if you take the iron rod, if the iron rod, it is just if it is iron, if you put that iron in the fire, what will happen? After some times, the iron also become like after some time it will take out the iron rod. It will happen. The corner, it will be a reddish. There is no if you touch the fire and if you touch that iron rod, there is no difference. Both are so much of heat in that. So how it is happening? So when the iron rod associate with the fire, it also gets the quality of the fire. The similar way, we are all like a iron rod. The pure devotees of the Lord like a fire. So when we are associating with the pure devotees, the qualities of the pure devotees also come in that iron rod. The similar way, the qualities of the pure devotees will come on us as well, so that our bhakti will increase. And it is not just a bookish theoretical knowledge. It is not just only theoretically proved. It is practically also proved with the Narada Muni. So Narada Muni, when his previous birth, he was a maid servant boy, son of the maid servant. This the maid who was serving the pure devotees who are in the forest, who are they are just staying in a funny hut, and they are doing the yajna, they are discussing about the scriptures. Within that group, when they are living in that, the Narada Muni's previous birth, that time his mother got an opportunity to serve that person. She did only the menial service, cleaning and all those, cleaning the vessels and cleaning the place. Only that service only she did. During that time, Narada Muni, he was also used to go there, and what he did, he also served the devotees, pure devotees of the Lord. He just with their permission, he took the remnants, whatever they eat, the prasadam, what are the remnants? That's a maha prasadam. He just took the maha prasadam. What happened for him? the Narada Muni. The next life, he became a Narada Muni. So that is the power of the connection between the connect with the pure devotees of the Lord. So it is a proven example. It is not only Narada Muni, from Narada Muni, so many become pure devotees of the Lord, like Dhruva Maharaja, and Prahlad Maharaj. There are so many examples. When they connect with the pure devotees of the Lord, they become the pure devotees of the Lord. And similarly, we can see Prabhupada also. Before reaching America, the hippies, the people, they were living a life very filthy way, without following any rules and regulation. They just become a drug addict, and they are like living like animals without any cleanliness or anything. They break all the four negative principles. In such a way they used to live. And when a pure devotee like Prabhupada entered America, when they associate the same hippies, when they associate with the pure devotees like Prabhupada, immediately they become they also become pure devotees of the Lord. So that is the power of association. So it is practically proven. It is no need to just just to hear from the Srimad Bhagavatam pages, like the scriptures are saying, but practically where we can see the practically in Srila Prabhupada, he made it practically. Yes, we are saying that Narada Muni, when he was there, and Prahlad Maharaj, when he was there, there are so many yugas before they did all those things. Now, any proof? People may ask like that. So we can show this, we can tell that proof, like our Srila Prabhupada did that miracle. That association of Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee of the Lord. When he associate with the hippies, they become happy, they become a pure devotee. They also become pure devotees of the Lord. That is the power which the pure devotees have. So that power, that's why it is proven. This whatever the Sukadeva Goswami is saying, that is proven. All the different kinds of worshipper of multi-demigods can attain the highest perfection benediction, which is spontaneous attraction, unflinchingly fixed upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by the association of the pure devotees of the Lord. It is the proven truth. So we also, if you get a chance, if at all we get a chance to associate with the pure devotees of the Lord, our life also will get success. We will also get a success. What is the success? We can get the unflinching, fixed upon the Supreme Personality of God. It's a bhakti. The bhakti, it is not, we can't buy the bhakti. We can't take bhakti from somewhere. The bhakti need to be come from the heart of the pure devotee to our heart. So when it will come, when we get the association of the pure devotees, when we hear from them, and when we follow the instruction provided by them, then that kind of bhakti will come. Hare Krishna. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai.